Stick around to the end, and there will be a special surprise to anybody who watches.
Hello, this is the group for this is Buffalo Wild Wings. We're about to give you an awesome presentation. Here we go. All right, World in 2121 by Buffalo Wild Wings. Prediction one is that by 2121, the ice caps will have melted, causing major flooding across coastline cities and towns, like, for example, San Francisco. To back this up is that fossil fuels would burn, which will result in the rise of greenhouse gases that are building up the atmosphere. And greenhouse gases are just natural gases, and they add up to global warming. And they kind of trap heat in the atmosphere, kind of like a Dutch oven. But this causes the ice caps to melt, and it would rise the global temperature, making the ice caps melt faster. And as you can see in the graph below is the rise in CO2 at a certain location. Um, as you can see, there is a major increase from between 1760 to 1780 and to modern day. To back this up, we need to understand what the albedo effect is, which is a positive feedback loop. Water and soil have a low albedo, which means that it could absorb more light rather than reflecting it back like snow or ice, which can cause the ground to warm up. And the warming of water warms up the ice, causing it to melt, making it more of a problem. There's less ice to reflect light. If we continue to do this and we lose all of our ice, there's no return. It would cause rising temperatures and flooding. Prediction two is Mars will, I mean, Earth will become Mars. Earth will be like Mars, like, from climate changing, global warming. It's kind of like the domino effect. If we don't do anything now, we would lose our ozone layer. And if we lose our ozone layer, we'll get attacked by the sun's deadly laser.
Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser.
Hello, son.
Hello.
And it's full of radiation. It's not good for us. And our planet will become Mars. On the picture, this is something that could happen. This is what our planet could look like at first, but it all really depends how fast uh, Earth starts losing its water. So if we don't do anything, the planet can become Mars.
Thank you, Tim. Now I will take it on from here. For our third prediction is by 2021, humans will find and or create a new energy source that saves the world. Our evidence is the graph on the bottom. As you can see, a lot of the fuel or energy source being consumed are fossil fuels, which is bad because that puts up a lot of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which makes the planet warmer. If we use renewable energy sources like nuclear or hydro or wind or solar or any kinds of those, we can stop the amount of CO2 production going up into the atmosphere. And if we keep on using renewable energy sources, we can stop the CO2 from coming into the air, and thus the planet can go back to normal. Some statistics that can support this is that 18% of all consumed energy worldwide for heating, power, and transportation was from renewable energy sources in 2017. That was 3 years ago. It is certainly upgraded by now. About 60% of energy came from modern renewable sources like biomass, geothermal, hydro, wind, and biofuels. Then in 2018, around 3 years ago, renewable energy made up about 26.2% global electricity generated. Over the coming years, that is expected to rise to about 45% by 2040, with a majority of the increase coming from solar, wind, and hydro. So as a human species, we are definitely using more and more renewable energy sources, which is a good thing that less CO2 gets up in the atmosphere. And here are some graphics to show what it can do. Here's hydro, here's some solar, here's wind, here's nuclear, and here's more nuclear. All of these forms can help us turn the planet back to normal. And here comes to our big conclusion. Depending on how society we want to play this out, we have mostly two scenarios. We all survive and advance further as a whole and live happily ever after, and we get to be like Star Wars. Or we don't do anything like all and everything goes.
One crossed wire, one wayward pinch of potassium chloride, one errant twitch, and
Kabooey.
And we are doomed. Here's our bibliography, and thank you for listening to our presentation.
Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Not problems like what is beauty, because that would fall within the purview of your conundrums of philosophy. I solve practical problems.
Just a disclaimer, please turn down your volume for this, for the sake of your eardrums. Last disclaimer, but just letting you know, this audio is at 4% volume, so that's telling you how loud it was at the beginning.
We gotta.
For the faith, for the way of the soul, give the light so full.